What's up, guys? Welcome to the first of many Brah-casts.
Brah.
I'm here with my brah.
Brah. What up, brah?
What up, brah?
What up, brah?
And
What up, bros?
and we want to talk a little bit about this. Maintaining a dynasty feel. I'm for it. I like what Lori had to say about this.
I'm against it, and I wish Derek would get his own Facebook account.
Yes, Derek. I think you should get your own
It's
Facebook.
annoying. It confuses me because I'm in two leagues, and Lori is a part of both of them, but one of them's you, one of them's her. Stupid. Figure it out.
Yeah. If you need help setting it up, like I said, you can use Chrome or Safari or Internet Explorer on your tablet. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about this whole, maintaining a dynasty feel.
I'm against.
Yeah, he's against. His reasonings are really, really sound too. So, I like the idea of the expensive contracts you have to sign to long term. I don't know exactly what the parameters would exactly be, but like if you sign to a guy to more than $100, maybe you have to sign him to 3 years. If it's more than $80, you have to sign him to 2 years. No more one and done contracts.
See, I'm against because I like getting good contracts, a la Doug Martin, and then you get enough of those guys, but you're still one or two players away. But I mean, your team's set up for this year, maybe not next. I don't want to be forced to get one of those AJ Greens and then sign him for 3 years when my focus is on just this 1 year. See, I like short time. I don't like huge commitments. And, I mean, I think it would ruin the experience for myself.
So, and my argument against that would be if we want to keep it, an actual dynasty feel where, we're not basically doing a redraft every year, where the only guys that get signed to long-term contracts are the guys that are really, really cheap. Now, I know that this past year, I do have got a lot of guys that are on very, very good contracts, and I know that this rule would hurt me, but I like the whole dynasty feel. Calvin Johnson, not going to sign a 1-year contract. AJ Green, in real life, would not sign a 1-year contract. I think that if you want to be committed to a guy, if you want a really, really stud guy, which does help win championships, I think that you should have to sign him to a few years.
But and then on the other hand, I like having a lot of money in the free agency pool year after year. That, I mean, makes things exciting. I'm excited to have $150. I'm excited to choose what stud guy I want on my team for this next year and help me win a championship. And he'll be off the books next year, and I get to spend more money next year. So that's what I like.
What is this? Diet? Yeah, so those are our thoughts on that matter. Derek, as far as you peeking over into your wife's team, which I thought you guys agreed you were not going to do. I mentioned this in the comments, Bears mentioned it in the comments, but
I'm just going to say this. Lori will win a championship or have a championship caliber team before you do. Just going off on that.
If your hand's down here, he can't see it. If you want to point at it.
Just going off at that. Boom, Derek.
So, I agree with that statement. That would really suck if my wife was a better fantasy player than I was.
Yeah, you're set up for failure.
Although
it's
my wife,
lose for you.
Yeah. Although my wife did tell me to play Ray Rice, and if I would have listened to her in the championship game, I would have the happy ending and not Maelstrom. But we both mentioned this in the comments. In D1, we're just after 5 years in. That's why there's all of those. It's basically we're starting over. I mean, there are still guys that are under contract, but
and those guys are basically for rookie drafts.
Yeah, a lot of them are from the rookie drafts. But yeah, so it's not always like that.
Let me just say this: going back to D1, the first year that we had the draft, I signed Steven Jackson to $105, and basically what I did is I signed him for 1 year. I mean, I think I had it figured out quicker than most owners did, that if you have money coming into the second year, money to spend in free agency, you're going to be ahead of the curve. And that's what I did. I signed him for 1 year. My team wasn't championship ready for that first year, and I traded him away for two great prospects, Darren Sproles and McCoy. And, I mean, that's something else you got to consider. I mean, you sign one guy, one stud guy, to a big contract for 1 year, and if your team's not cutting out, you can trade them and build for the future that way as well.
So is that a loophole?
It's definitely a loophole.
Okay. So.
And it's the strategy I've taken, a successful strategy.
Right.
So.
But if everyone takes that strategy, it's a redraft league where the only guys that are going to stay under contract are really cheap guys. So.
But we're not going to have that for 4 more years.
Well, right. I do agree with that. So. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to talk about?
It's my birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday to the Durs. Seems like there's something else. Oh, the rookie draft, doing it ahead of time. I like all the talk about moving the free agent auction up. I don't know if you're on board.
I'm intrigued. What I wrote on Facebook is if I had to decide, I have the second pick this year. If I had to decide between Sammy Watkins and Carlos Hyde, hypothetically he gets drafted by the Cardinals. I don't know where he sits on the draft chart. Depth chart between him and Andre Ellington, and that's the kind of information I want to know before I make a good draft decision. So, and Derek, you mentioned I had a bad draft.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're basing that on. AJ Green, good. Johnny Best, very serviceable for the 2 years until I traded him. Ingram missed out, but that's who I was told to pick by many fantasy experts. So you try to take a shot at me, denied.
Yeah. Speaking of bad drafts, just look at your original auction. So I do like having to. I disagree with Andy there as well. I do like there being a little bit of a risk, just like there is in the actual draft. Jamarcus Russell. Yeah, it would have been nice for the Raiders to know that he was going to suck, but that's part of drafting. Picking up free agents. I don't we're all in the same board. Here's my Tinkerbell daughter. We're all in the same page as far as knowing what the depth charts are and stuff. It takes a little bit more strategy, I think, not only if you have to sign guys to long-term contracts. Expensive.
If you do it early, that would add to the NFL-ness of the league too.
And so if we want to mimic the NFL, this whole dynasty thing, I do think that we should do the auction in July. And I like starting off
the rookie draft in July.
Both.
Oh.
And I like doing the rookie draft separate, a couple weeks early. Everyone knows what free agent rookies are available, and has time to plan for that. Like I said, we don't have to get together, Mike. I know that you like doing things in person. I like videos, and I think forcing everyone to do a video, maybe not, 5 minutes between each one. I wouldn't want to give a ton of time, maybe one a day, so we're done, in a week and a half.
Does Jared have a draft pick? He's got the third pick, so it's going to take weeks anyway.
Yeah. Although I think that if he misses his deadline, whoever has the fourth pick can just jump on in. What happened to the Vikings in real life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, this is getting long.
Yeah, this is getting kind of long. 8 minutes, 35 seconds. Feel free to comment, guys. So, we disagree. Let's see where everyone else stands.
Brah-cast.
Brah-cast. Peace.